Okay, so first of all, we're going to evaluate this limit that has a tangent and sine function in it. But to do that, we need to be familiar with these two facts. These are facts. I'm not going to prove them, but it's true that the limit as a goes to 0 of sine a over a is 1, and the limit as a goes to 0 of tangent a over a is 1. So notice in these forms, what we're saying is the argument of our trig function has to be the same as what the denominator is. That's what we've got to get. So first of all, what we want to get closer to these two, to the numerator and denominator to being in these forms, what we want to do is we want the numerator, we want the argument in 8x here to be an 8x, and we want an 8x in the bottom. Similarly here, we want the sine of 2x, but it's got to be divided by 2x in order to get that limit of 1. So to get that, let's first multiply the numerator by 1 over x and the denominator by 1 over x. Remember, when you multiply a fraction by any quantity, it's got to be this quantity over itself, because that's equivalent to 1, and 1 times any quantity doesn't change the value, it's the same quantity. So when we do this, we get the limit as x goes to 0. This gives us tangent 8x over x, and in the denominator we have sine 2x over x. Now we're getting a little closer to this form. Like I said before, this needs to be tangent 8x over 8x. Well, to get 8x in the denominator, we got to multiply by 8. But like I just said, you got to multiply by some quantity over itself. We got to multiply by 1 so we don't change the value. Similarly here, we need sine 2x over 2x. Well, to get a 2x, we multiply the denominator by 2 and the numerator, because again, that's equivalent to multiplying by 1. So now we get the limit as x goes to 0. This 8, I'm going to write as 8 times the tangent of 8x. And then we have, in the denominator, we have 8x. Similarly, I'm going to write this as 2 times sine 2x. And in the denominator, we get 2x times 2 times x, which is 2x. Oops. Now, like we said, if we want to write this, this is 8 times the limit as x goes to 0 of tangent 8x over 8x divided by 2 times the limit as x goes to 0 of sine 2x over 2x. So that's just using our properties of limits. Well, now we use these facts. The limit as x goes to 0 of tangent 8x over 8x, this limit is equal to 1. Likewise, the limit as x goes to 0 of sine 2x over 2x, this is also equal to 1. So you get 8 times 1, which is 8, over 2 times 1, which is 2, and 8 over 2 is equal to 4. So the limit of this particular trig function, quotient that involves trig functions, that limit is equal to 4.